Hi all, Jim O'Reilly from TechBuzzIreland.com, and today we're going to unbox the BlackBerry Priv, which is now available to buy. And this is BlackBerry's first attempt running an Android device with some old and new thrown in for some good measure. So let's unbox this phone and see what we get inside. So first off, we're presented with the phone itself, and we'll put that to a side for a moment. And then we have some information booklets. We also get a 12-month direct support from BlackBerry themselves, so if you have any problems you can avail of that service. And then we get our SIM retrieval key here and some more information on the inside of that. And then we will get our standard plug here, which the logo is on, as you can see, and of course our micro USB cable, and of course we can then use that as our wall plug. And finally we get some earbuds, which is good to see as they are becoming a less common sight nowadays with packaging. And we get some different size buds there, and BlackBerry's presumably own earbuds themselves, which the logo again is present. So all that aside, let's take a look at the device, and here it is. It's the BlackBerry Priv, and it's got a quite good weight to it. It feels very solid and it doesn't feel too heavy, but it is a noticeable piece in your hand. If you're not used to big phones, that is too, which is my preference. So we'll take a tour of the phone. Up on top then we have BlackBerry, as you can see, and then we have up here on top is our front facing camera, which is 2 megapixels. And of course we do have a notification LED, which again is common with BlackBerry devices, which will be beside the camera there. And down on the bottom then is the big speaker, which goes right across the bottom of the device. And down underneath then we have our micro USB port there, and our 3.5mm headphone jack. And up top then, we'll remove the plastic, we have our SIM and SD card trays there, which you'll just use your pin to pop them out, which is more or less becoming the norm. And we have a mic on top as well. And on the right hand side then we have our volume keys and our mute key in the middle, and if you see there, they're almost flush with the side of the phone, and buttons are very tactile. And then on the left hand side then we have our power key, which again is similar to the other buttons. You won't confuse these buttons really too much. The one in the middle, I don't know why, there's not much really need for that, but it's there. But again, there won't be too much problem distinguishing the buttons there. So then onto the back, and we've a 3410 mAh battery underneath here. This is non-removable, and this casing here, back cover, is got a rubberized feel to it. If you've had a BlackBerry Passport or Leap, you'll understand what that feels like. It's excellent and it's very grippy, and you won't the device won't slip out of your hand. It doesn't make the device feel slippy, as this travels around slightly to the edges as well. As you can see, it doesn't go all the way around, but it goes halfway around kind of. So up on top then we have our 18 megapixel camera with dual LED flash, and this will shoot 1080p and 60 frames per second, and then 2160p at 30 frames per second. And of course it's optical image stabilization, so the camera is quite good and it takes quite nice photographs if you're a photo fan. And the main feature, so to speak, is the keyboard, as you can see, And the keyboard also acts as a trackpad. So again, if you've used the Passport or the Classic or anything like that, you'll understand. You can scroll pages with this, and you can use shortcuts too with the keys. It's quite cool. And the keyboard isn't actually as small as I thought it would be. And again, you have the virtual keyboard on this too. So you've the best of both worlds there for choice, whether you want to use the virtual or the physical keyboard. And then again, we can see the speaker. Slider mechanism, quite good and solid. It's not loose. This is what it will look like on the back. Vulnerable to getting dust in there and dirt perhaps, but that's the way sliders are, and that's the way they're always going to be. So that's what you have there and what it looks like when it's slid out fully. And it also balances the weight quite good too, and it gives you more screen estate then as well, opposed to using the virtual keyboard. Of course, we have double tap to wake, and then we just have our typical layout here. I've just briefly set up my phone here with some apps and all that kind of stuff. So our typical layout here, we've Android 5.1.1. Pity it didn't launch at Marshmallow, but that's coming apparently in 2016. When, we don't know. And we have so many settings on this phone. It's very customizable. NFC, mobile networks and all that stuff, airplane mode. Again, typical. If we pull our drag down menu down, we have Bluetooth as well, and we can pair devices there. We've been testing some headphones out and stuff like that, and all is fine. Now, one thing I did notice is with the 3.5mm, the sound is not very loud using headphones that way for some strange reason. But using with wireless, it's fine. And if you've any headphones or gaming headphones that have USB and you have a micro USB on the go cable, this supports USB on the go. It plays actually quite well through that. The sound is actually quite good, much better than wireless, but wired is always tends to be better than wireless. Again, that's a matter of opinion. Of course, we have the productivity tab there, and again, we can move that to either the left or the right, as you can see. And there's some settings there with transparency and the height of the bar there, which is quite cool. So left-handed or right-handed, you can choose which side. This is something that we did see in the 6 Edge, and it's brought here. And of course, we have the dual curve, which is cool. It's a nice feature, and it does kind of stand out from other phones. If we plug this in also, we get a progress bar of the charging. As you can see, we'll just do that once more, and it gives us a reading of 68% there. We plug it in. I think this is a cool feature, and that's what will happen when you're charging the phone. Camera. We have a good few settings in the camera. It's quite a good camera. As I said, it's 18 megapixels by Schneider Krausenach, whatever way you want to say that. We have a good few settings in here to mess around with: video, photo and panoramic. Of course, we have our typical other settings there with geolocation and all that kind of stuff, and photo settings, grid lines and storage, etc. We have flash 2, and we can choose to have the flash on or off. We have 4.3 and 1.1 ratio there. We have a timer, and we've HDR auto and HDR, and we can choose not to use HDR should we not want to use it. The speaker itself is another option here we need to listen to. We'll play a bit of music and let you listen. And if we go into, say, YouTube, something I'm always on, we can have a look at the quality and the sound again. And we're going to review the Bosch Spyder D1 5.5 inch smartphone from Argos. And as you can hear, it's quite good, and the picture is actually quite cool. Now, another thing here, we have pop-up widgets as well, which is quite cool. Any icons that have 3 dots there, as you can see, have pop-up widgets. And you can put these widgets to different sizes, and our open tabs here are like so. As you can see, they're all different sizes, and we can pick from several sizes of to which pop-up widget you want to appear when you're using them, which is quite cool. And we have Detect BlackBerry security on board as well, and it will give you information on what's happening. And it's, of course, with BlackBerry devices, encryption is important, and this is telling me what my status is at the moment, which I'm still setting it up. So we're not done yet, but it's something to bear in mind what's present on the device. And I think that is about it. Any questions at Jimbo Ireland, and you can ask questions down below, and we'll have some photographs of the phone too, and you can fire away your questions there if you need to know anything about the phone itself. And so far we're liking the device. We have it 2 days now, and it's quite nice, and not much to complain about yet, but later on we'll fire it off if we find any more problems. And you can stay tuned at techbuzzisland.com, and stay tuned for more unboxings, videos and stuff coming soon. Thank you for watching.